Howard was 74 when he walked into my office. He looked healthy for his age, bright eyes, firm handshake, steady steps. "I've been taking care of myself, Doc," he said proudly. "Started on vitamin D3, K2, and magnesium like they say on YouTube. Everyone's talking about it." I smiled and nodded. It's a good start, I thought. But then his face dropped. "I don't know if it's helping, though. My legs cramp at night. I'm waking up twice to pee, and this weird twitch under my eye won't go away." He leaned in, almost whispering, like it was a confession. "And to be honest, I feel more tired than before, not better." That got my attention. Howard wasn't the first to tell me something like this, and sadly, he wouldn't be the last.
You see, vitamin D3, K2, and magnesium are powerful. When used the right way, they can help balance blood sugar, strengthen bones, support heart health, calm the nerves, and even boost energy. But when taken the wrong way, they can backfire, silently and slowly.
Some people start feeling more anxious, not less. Others wake up groggy despite sleeping through the night. A few even report rising blood pressure or scary heart palpitations. The worst part? Most of them blame age, or stress, or bad luck. They don't realize their supplements, the very things they're taking to feel better, may be the root of the problem. That's why I'm sharing this with you. If you've been using vitamin D3, K2, or magnesium, or you're thinking about starting, please listen carefully, because the truth is these supplements only work if they're balanced, and your body will speak up when things are off, often in whispers at first, but louder if you ignore them. In the next few minutes, we'll walk through the 6 warning signs that your body might be giving you. These are signs that your supplement routine isn't quite right, and that it might be doing more harm than good. We'll talk about the mistakes millions of people make every day, not out of carelessness, but simply because they don't know better. And more importantly, I'll show you what to do instead. Simple changes you can make starting today that can shift your health back in the right direction, because you deserve to feel clear, calm, strong, no matter your age. But before we go on, if any of this sounds familiar, the fatigue, the leg cramps, the eye twitch, the rising blood pressure, would you let me know? Just type yes in the comments. Not for me, for you, and for the other people reading. You might be surprised how many folks are going through the exact same thing. Sometimes just knowing you're not alone can lift a weight off your shoulders. And if you find these next insights helpful, I gently invite you to share this video with someone you care about, a friend, a sibling, or a spouse who might be taking the same supplements. Let's look out for each other. That's what real health is about. All right, let's take a deeper look at what's going on. Let me ask you something simple. Have you ever heard someone say, "Just take vitamin D3. It's great for your bones, your mood, and your immune system"? It sounds right, doesn't it? Vitamin D3 has become a bit of a health hero in recent years, and for good reason. Most people are deficient in it, especially those of us over 60. It's true that D3 plays a vital role in everything from bone health to immune function, but here's what people don't realize. Vitamin D3 is not a solo player. It needs a team. And if you boost D3 without that team, you might actually make things worse. Let me explain. D3 helps your body absorb calcium. That's great, in theory. But where does all that calcium go? If your body doesn't have enough magnesium and vitamin K2 to direct that calcium properly, it can end up in places it shouldn't be, like your arteries, your kidneys, or your joints. That calcium, meant for strong bones, can turn into tiny pebbles in your body's soft tissues. It's what we call calcification, and it's one of the most dangerous silent processes in aging. It's been linked to stiff arteries, increased risk of heart attack and stroke, high blood pressure, kidney stones, and even dementia, and yet, people continue to take high doses of vitamin D3, sometimes 5,000 or 10,000 IU a day, without even knowing they're missing the 2 nutrients that keep it safe. You wouldn't start your car and slam the gas without checking the brakes first, would you? It's the same here. Vitamin K2 is your calcium traffic controller. It guides calcium into your bones and teeth, not your arteries. Magnesium is your stabilizer. It supports over 300 processes in the body, including helping D3 get properly activated. The three of them, D3, K2 and magnesium, are like a three-legged stool. Take one leg away and everything falls. And yet, I've seen it over and over again in my practice. People come in feeling worse after supplementing, not better. Some of them are confused. Others feel betrayed. They were trying to do something good for themselves. They followed what they heard online or from a friend. But here's the thing. The body doesn't work in isolation, and neither do vitamins. I once treated a woman named Clara, 69, who was faithfully taking 6,000 IU of D3 every morning, just as her daughter suggested, but no magnesium, no K2. Within a year, she developed painful kidney stones and rising blood pressure. We traced it back to the imbalance. Her labs showed excess calcium and low magnesium. Her arteries were stiffening. She cried when I told her. "I thought I was doing everything right," she whispered. Clara wasn't foolish. She was doing what many do, following advice that sounds simple, but is missing the full picture. So today, I want you to unlearn that old belief that more D3, better health. It's not about more. It's about balance. Your body is wise. It works best when the nutrients you take are working together, in harmony, not pulling in different directions. So, if you've been taking D3, but feeling more anxious, more tired, or more tense in your muscles, if your blood pressure is rising, or your sleep feels off, don't ignore those signs. It might not be age. It might not be stress. It might just be that your trio is incomplete. The good news? You can fix this, simply, safely, and naturally, and I'll show you how. But first, let's walk through 6 key signs that your supplement routine needs adjusting, because once you know what to look for, you'll never be in the dark again. I want to tell you about Jean. Jean was 76 when she came to see me. Retired librarian. Quiet. Neat. The kind of woman who always kept a journal and brought a list of questions to every doctor's appointment. "I've done everything by the book, Dr. Green," she said, setting her notebook on the table. "But I still feel off." Her hands trembled slightly as she spoke. "I started taking vitamin D3, magnesium, and K2 6 months ago, but now I'm waking up tired. My heart skips a beat sometimes, and I've got this heavy feeling in my legs." She paused. "And worst of all, I feel anxious. For no reason." I asked about her supplements. She pulled out 3 bottles from her purse. I checked the labels. Magnesium oxide, 250 milligrams vitamin D3, 10,000 IU, no sign of K2. And right there, I saw the problem. Jean had good intentions. She followed what she'd read online. But what she didn't know was this. Magnesium oxide is one of the least absorbable forms of magnesium. Most of it passes through the body unused and can irritate the gut. And 10,000 IU of D3, that's a high dose, especially without vitamin K2 to guide the calcium it unlocks. I gently explained it to her. "Jean," I said, "your body is absorbing calcium from your food more efficiently because of the D3. But without enough magnesium or K2, that calcium isn't being sent where it should go, your bones and teeth. It might be ending up in your blood vessels. That can make your heart work harder and increase anxiety." She was quiet for a moment. "I thought I was doing something good," she said softly. "You were," I assured her. "But the good needs to be guided. Let's rebalance things." We switched her to magnesium glycinate, a form that's gentle on the stomach and easy to absorb. We lowered her D3 to 4,000 IU, and we added K2 MK7, 100 micrograms, to help manage calcium properly. She also started drinking more water and adding a pinch of sea salt and a slice of banana to her morning smoothie for potassium support. 3 weeks later, she came back smiling. "The twitches are gone," she said. "I'm sleeping better, and I don't feel that anxiety anymore." She even laughed. "My garden looks better than ever. I finally have the energy to weed it." Jean's story isn't unique. I've seen this pattern in dozens of my patients. Take Ronald, 80, who started getting dizzy spells after increasing his D3 dose. Turned out, he was magnesium deficient and had low blood pressure as a result. Or Marta, 71, who struggled with persistent muscle cramps until we corrected her potassium and switched her magnesium to the right form. In every case, it wasn't about giving more supplements. It was about giving the right combination, in the right form, and in the right balance. Too many people over 60 are told to just take your D3 and magnesium and left to figure out the rest themselves. But your body is a beautiful system, not a guessing game. And sometimes the answer isn't more. It's smarter. That's why I want to walk you through the 6 biggest mistakes I've seen with this supplement trio. The common traps that even careful, well-meaning people fall into. Because once you understand them, you can avoid them. And maybe even help someone you love do the same. Let's take them one by one. If you're over 60, your body becomes more sensitive, more honest in a way. It speaks through small signs, cramps that won't go away, a heartbeat that skips, a tiredness you can't explain. And if you're taking vitamin D3, K2 and magnesium, but still experiencing these symptoms, it's not because your body is just old. It may be your supplements and how you're using them. Let's walk through the 6 most common mistakes I've seen, with real stories and real solutions. Using the wrong form of magnesium. Most people don't realize there are many types of magnesium, and not all of them are helpful. Take magnesium oxide. It's cheap, popular, and widely sold, but it's absorbed very poorly, often just 4%. Worse, it can upset the stomach, causing bloating or even diarrhea. Jean, 76, was taking magnesium oxide daily for leg cramps, but the cramps never stopped. Once we switched her to magnesium glycinate, within 10 days, the cramps faded and her sleep improved. What to do? Look for magnesium glycinate for calmness and sleep, malate for energy and muscle health, or threonate for memory and brain support. Avoid oxide and citrate if you have a sensitive gut. Taking vitamin D3 without enough vitamin K2. Vitamin D3 helps absorb calcium, but without K2, that calcium might end up in the wrong places. Clara, 69, took 5,000 IU of D3 daily, but didn't know about K2. Within months, her blood pressure climbed, and she developed stiffness in her shoulders. Tests showed calcium buildup in her arteries. Once we added vitamin K2 MK7, her symptoms gradually improved. Vitamin K2 is the traffic director, making sure calcium goes to your bones, not your arteries or joints. What to do? Take at least 120 micrograms of K2 MK7 daily alongside D3. It's best taken with food that contains some healthy fat, like olive oil, avocado, or nuts. Taking supplements without food or healthy fat. D3 and K2 are fat-soluble, meaning your body needs dietary fat to absorb them. Howard, 74, took his vitamins with water first thing in the morning, no food. He felt no benefits and even became more fatigued. Once he started taking them with lunch that included avocado and olive oil, his energy returned. What to do? Take your D3 and K2 with a meal that includes good fats, eggs, olive oil, fatty fish, nuts, or seeds. It makes a huge difference in absorption. For forgetting about potassium and hydration. Magnesium and potassium work hand in hand. Without enough potassium, or if you're dehydrated, magnesium can't do its job properly. Ben, 78, was still having muscle twitches despite taking high-quality magnesium. He was also on a low-salt diet, rarely ate fruit, and drank little water. We added a simple morning routine. 1 glass of water, a pinch of sea salt, half a banana or an avocado. Within a week, the twitches stopped. What to do? Eat potassium-rich foods, bananas, avocados, sweet potatoes, leafy greens. Stay hydrated, at least 6 to 8 glasses of water per day. Add a pinch of natural salt, not table salt, if you're sweating or on diuretics. Using supplements with harmful fillers. Many cheap supplements include fillers like titanium dioxide, silicon dioxide, or microcrystalline cellulose. These don't help your health and can cause inflammation, or block absorption. Marta, 71, had persistent bloating after taking her vitamins. When we switched to a clean third-party tested brand, the bloating disappeared. What to do? Choose supplements that are clean and transparent about their ingredients. Avoid brands that hide behind proprietary blends. Look for labels that list no artificial colors, no titanium dioxide, no hidden flow agents. Taking too much vitamin D3 for too long. We all want strong bones and a good immune system, but more is not always better. Excess D3 can overload calcium in your blood, stress your kidneys, cause anxiety, fatigue, and even irregular heartbeat, especially if not balanced with magnesium and K2. Ronald, 80, was taking 10,000 IU of D3 daily without supervision. He started getting dizzy spells and tightness in the chest. After reducing his dose and adding more magnesium, the symptoms faded. What to do? Stick to 2,000–4,000 IU daily unless prescribed otherwise. Always pair with magnesium and K2. Check your levels if unsure, especially if you feel worse, not better. Closing thought. Most of these mistakes come from good intentions. People just want to feel better. But the body is wise. It works best with balance, not excess. Just by correcting these 6 mistakes, I've seen people sleep better, move easier, think clearer, and feel young again. Not because of magic, but because their body finally had what it needed to function well. In the next part, I'll show you simple, gentle solutions that work. No complex routines, no fancy products. Just small changes that make a big difference. Because it's never too late to feel good again. After seeing hundreds of older patients struggle with the same supplement mistakes, I've come to one clear truth. You don't need more pills. You need the right habits. Here are 6 gentle, practical solutions that can help you use vitamin D3, K2, and magnesium safely and effectively, and finally feel the difference in your energy, sleep, and overall wellness. 1. Choose magnesium that matches your body's needs. Not all magnesium is created equal. The key is choosing one that matches your body and lifestyle. Magnesium glycinate, for anxiety, sleep trouble, or high stress. Magnesium malate, for fatigue, muscle tension, or body aches. Magnesium threonate, for brain fog, poor memory, or focus issues. Example: Mrs. Evelyn, 82, switched to magnesium glycinate and began sleeping 6 hours straight, something she hadn't done in years. How to take it? 300–400 milligram daily, with food, once or twice a day. Always check for clean ingredients, no titanium dioxide or hidden fillers. Balance vitamin D3 with vitamin K2, MK7 form. The power of vitamin D3 is unlocked and made safe by pairing it with K2. Use D3, 2,000–4,000 IU, daily pair with K2, MK7, 90–120 mcg. Take with a meal that contains fat. Example: Howard, who once felt anxious on D3 alone, noticed calmer nerves and better blood pressure after adding K2. Bonus tip: many D3-only capsules don't include K2. Always check the label or buy K2 separately. 2. Create a smart supplement meal once a day. You don't need a perfect diet, but one smart meal a day can make your supplements work 10 times better. Include healthy fats, olive oil, avocado, eggs, fatty fish. Add potassium-rich food, banana, spinach, sweet potato. Drink a glass of water with a pinch of sea salt if not on low-sodium diet. Example: Samir, 67, began taking his D3 K2 magnesium with lunch, grilled salmon plus greens plus olive oil. Within 10 days, his afternoon fatigue disappeared. Simplify your hydration plus mineral balance. Magnesium and potassium need water to function properly. Dehydration can undo all your supplement efforts. Drink 6 to 8 glasses of water daily. Add a pinch of pink salt or sea salt in 1 to 2 glasses. Eat 1 potassium-rich food per day: avocado, cooked spinach, banana. Real story: Doris, 79, had night leg cramps. After adding water plus 1–2 banana before bed, the cramps vanished within a week. Note: if you're on diuretics or blood pressure meds, ask your doctor before adding salt. Switch to clean. Senior-friendly supplement brands. Older bodies are more sensitive to additives, dyes, and flow agents. Choose third-party tested brands. Avoid labels with titanium dioxide, silicon dioxide, artificial colors. Look for clear forms listed, not magnesium blend. Trusted brands include, as of 2024, Pure Encapsulations, Life Extension, Thorne Research Jarrow Formulas, Now Foods, for budget-friendly options. Example: Ben, 81, replaced his grocery store multivitamin with a clean D3K2 combo and felt less bloated within a week. Track how you feel, not just what you take. Supplements are not about numbers, they're about how you feel. Keep a small journal: energy, sleep, digestion, mood. Note, when you take your vitamins, morning versus night, adjust timing and meals based on what works for your body. Example: Linda, 75, realized her magnesium worked best after dinner, not before bed. That small change helped her sleep more deeply. Bonus tip: if a supplement makes you feel worse, stop and reassess. Listen to your body. It's smarter than any label. Final thoughts. You don't have to be perfect. You just need to be aware. With the right forms, timing, and balance, your supplements can finally work with your body, not against it. And when they do, your legs stop cramping. Your sleep feels refreshing. Your heart feels steady. Your days feel lighter. It's not magic. It's just smart simplicity. In the next part, I'll leave you with a few final words of encouragement and one important reminder that it's never too late to take back control of your health. If you've made it this far, I want to thank you, not just for listening, but for caring. Caring about your health, caring about your body, caring enough to ask the hard questions and learn the real answers. That's not something everyone does. But I believe people like you, people who want to understand their health, are the ones who age not just longer, but better. We've talked about supplements, about vitamin D3, K2, magnesium, about the 6 signs your body might be giving you, the silent mistakes, the simple solutions. But underneath it all, what we're really talking about is this: how to stay in control, how to stay connected to the body you've lived in for decades, how to stop chasing the next miracle cure and start honoring what your body actually needs. You've lived through a lot. You've raised families, faced challenges, built careers, lost loved ones, and seen the world change more than once. And now, at this chapter of life, your body is speaking in a quieter voice. A little ache here, a restless night there, a gut feeling that something's not right. Don't ignore that voice. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. Your body isn't trying to fight you, it's asking for your help. And now, you know how to give it. Balance, hydration, the right forms, the right combinations. A calm, thoughtful approach that puts your whole system back in harmony. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present. Because small steps, when done with care, can change everything. So here's my gentle challenge to you. Try just one thing from today's video. Maybe it's switching your magnesium. Maybe it's drinking more water. Maybe it's sharing this video with a friend or sibling. Do it not just for your body, but for your peace of mind, for the next walk you want to take, for the sleep you've been missing, for the quiet mornings you want to enjoy, without cramps or fatigue or brain fog. You still have so much life left to live. Let's make sure your body is ready for it. And if this video helped you, even just a little, would you share it with someone you love? It might just help them too. Until next time, take care of yourself, stay curious, and never stop listening to what your body is trying to tell you.